Hello and welcome to the Octrain podcast. I'm John.
I'm Pat.
I'm Greg.
And we are the band Octrain. And welcome to our first podcast. So, first thing we're going to talk about is just quickly, we're the band Octrain. You can find our music at the moment only on Instagram and on TikTok and on YouTube. And we have the handle Octrain or Octrain Band. So, do feel free to check us out there. And then the first bit we're going to talk about today is music news. Any music news? Music news.
Fancy that?
Ed Sheeran's in the news.
Yeah.
So I heard.
Have you listened to any of it?
Yeah, I watched a comparison video, putting them side by side.
Because he very cleverly, his court case finished the day before his new album was released.
Are you?
There's the news. So I was thinking of the album, but yeah, I mean, clearly.
Is that Ed Sheeran or is that Lewis Capaldi?
Ed Sheeran.
Both Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, Lewis Capaldi is coming soon, but yeah, it was interesting seeing. There were lots of takes on it, weren't there? People talking about it online.
I think ultimately it's
Rick Beato, he did a couple of good pieces.
But that's what I saw.
Yeah,
he's great.
And there was one guy who did a piece on it. I can't remember his name. Poor guy. I wish I knew his name. But he actually he did something 5 years ago or something, and on YouTube, and his video got used as evidence in the court case.
That's quite interesting.
And then he did a follow up. He did a follow up piece on it as well.
Was it Adam Neely?
I've got no idea.
We haven't actually clarified for anyone listening or watching what the news is. For anyone that doesn't know, but basically, Ed Sheeran was taken to court by. I don't actually know. It's not actually Marvin Gaye's family.
It was the guitarist's family. Yeah.
Yeah, and saying that his song, Ed Sheeran's song, "Dancing Out Loud" or something. What was that song? Thinking Out Loud. Yeah. Is a rip-off of Marvin Gaye's
Let's Get It
On. Now, the conclusion was basically, the chords and the rhythm are exactly the same, but the melody is different, so that's
it's not
okay.
Exactly the same. It's just similar.
I mean, it's almost exactly the same.
I think they shift the key to make it
they
sound
do
that
pitch
way.
shift it, But if he was to play that live and you wanted to down it by pitch, it would be exactly the same.
I think
the intervals are the same.
Yeah, I think the argument was, I don't know what actually came out officially, but I think the argument was that the chords, the kind of shuffle, that the drum line and the bass line, which are all very similar, if not identical, is more reminiscent of a genre that he was nodding to, as opposed to a copy.
Rather than a specific song.
Yeah, and so interestingly, in this piece by the guy who was then his video was used as evidence in the court case, he did the same thing to Let's Get It On, with 5 or 6 songs that came before them.
Yeah, and that's where you can't really.
Yeah, so it's
disprove it or prove it.
Yeah.
I think it's good news, but it's a weird one because I think it kind of opens the floodgates now for people to say, right, well, okay, I'm going to take this very famous song with this chord sequence and this rhythm and just put new lyrics and a new melody on it because it's already halfway a kind of a proven concept. I don't think many people will, but I think labels will. I think labels will start finding singers who don't write their own stuff, and they'll be like, right, well, we're just going to take this whole Beatles album.
It's not going to be the
copy
last
the chords,
court case, is it?
and just put a new melody.
Isn't that what Oasis did?
I don't know. Why are you throwing shade? Don't throw shade on a specific band.
The band doesn't even exist anymore. It doesn't matter.
They'll form to sue us for the pennies we're worth.
But
they're debt. They can take on our debt.
Here's the question, John. With any of the songs that you've written for us that we've actually played and released and gigged, well, not released, but will release, have you had to think about why you've been writing them if there have been clashes of songs?
Yeah, there's a couple. Well, there's a couple.
It's my favourite hobby, pointing them out.
Greg loves pointing it. I write a riff and he'll say,
that's jarred enough that you've made big changes at a certain stage?
Well, fortunately, and this is why I'm quite happy about this news, there are some songs where I've written the chorus or a verse and I've gone, that's quite similar to that. But it's not the melody that's similar. The melody is always unique. It's sometimes the chords. It's very hard not to use chords that have been used before or sort of certain chord sequences. Yeah. So I worry a little bit about, or I previously worried a little bit about our song, Ardnarishvara brackets, Spend All Your Rupees on Me. Because that chorus, spend all your rupees on me, spend all your rupees on me. That's a unique melody. But the chords underneath are very close to Gimme Shelter by the Rolling Stones.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting one though because
You could sing "Give Me Shelter" over the top of our chorus.
Yeah, but no one
Possibly.
owns
It's not the
chords.
same key. Yeah, and it is just chords.
It's really again. That was part of the other. They are kind of the building blocks.
So I'm quite relieved. I'm actually like this. I think this is good news because my fear is that labels will now see this as a license to start copying songs deliberately and putting new melodies over the top. But I think what I'm really feeling is just that up and coming bands and songwriters can now have a little bit less fear of releasing a song and having to give in immediately to big labels saying, "Oh no, you've ripped that off."
I may be wrong, but it felt like the court case hinged on: did Ed Sheeran consciously copy?
Was that intent?
As opposed to
I'll have to check.
I've been influenced by, and these chords were implanted from listening to the song millions of times, and they came out of me unintentionally.
I think that's pretty hard to prove or disprove, though, isn't it? Like I think no sort of self-respecting songwriter would deliberately use another person's chord sequence, but I can see how it would happen.
Unless it's in the public domain. And the
Yeah.
classical composer did it on purpose.
Because for me, it's really interesting as a drummer who writes music because I don't even know what the chords are.
Yeah. I could just say.
them out
To be
afterwards.
fair, I could just say Pat wrote it. Pat wrote that.
It's a drummer. He gets away with it. Yeah.
Any bit they're like, did you intentionally copy? I'll be like, oh, actually, that bit Pat wrote.
Yeah.
So you have to ask
Definitely.
Pat.
Yeah.
Pat just goes,
Wait.
you mean the bit that goes?
Yeah, when actually it's the most intricate part of your solo.
Yeah.
It's funny
No
you say
solos
that
ripped off.
because I have listened to
You sure?
my old CDs.
I was.
No, it's not ripped off. It just sounds... I think it might be in the same mode and uses the same sort of scalic structure as
which solo
Cliffs
is
of
that?
Dover.
Oh, well, it's just Ionian again.
Yeah, exactly.
Ionian mode. Little nerd joke
But
there.
there's definitely
Major scale is the Ionian mode.
Yeah, well, there's definitely a knowledge and there's a being inspired by. Because I've
Yeah.
even realised listening back to some of my old favourite CDs. Oh, I play that fill.
Oh, really?
Yeah, without even. Yeah.
Can you get sued for fills? I don't know about that. I've never heard of a
It
case of
depends
drummers
on what the
like...
film is. The big fill is because
Film.
let's
And
say
the
you
chorus,
have
I guess. Yeah. Imagine.
it's dressed as a gorilla.
Yeah. Although I don't think that was...
No, I know that's not the original.
Yeah.
film.
Yeah. Okay, I think it's covered music news.
Yeah.
Next section, because this one is very organised. We've got a Q&A. So we put out a message on our socials asking people if they've got any questions for us. And actually, well, I don't think we get many, but we did. Maybe you were obliged. So thank you so much.
Let's hope we can answer them.
Yeah. So first question from P13_G says,
Wow.
what's your favourite song of all time?
That's gonna be the
huge.
hardest question.
I think that's well easy because if you have a favourite, surely you know.
I don't know if it's my favourite song. I do genuinely consider it to be the best song. I think it's the perfect song.
Is that Arjunarashvara brackets spend all your rupees on me?
I'm afraid not. It's I think it's called Country Roads brackets Take Me Home.
Oh, it's
By-
got brackets in there.
I don't know if it does. I'm
It
just
should. I love
just
it when a song
taking the
talks.
mic. But by John Denver.
We don't have to demonetize.
Yeah.
If you sing anything that isn't
I
ours,
don't think we're good enough at singing.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, that's nice to say to your singer.
Yeah. But see,
Speak for yourselves.
But have you guys listened to Desert Island Discs podcast before?
No.
No.
Oh man.
Books
You've
to
gotta
be
do it.
buried with.
Well, the interesting thing is most of the people they ask.
What good is that? Been buried in...
Take them with you to the afterlife. Imagine you're some kind of... In
I
fact,
get Desert Island Disc.
What
Book to be
you-
buried.
imagine you're Thoth, the Greek god who invented writing in their pantheon.
Right.
Yeah, you want to bring some writing with you.
You're dead.
So you can read. You've got
right,
lots of
right,
time
right.
to read.
Get that.
Books to be buried with.
This is too far off a tangent.
Yeah,
Too far
I like
off a tangent.
I'm the only one who's answered.
Yeah,
What-
it's a great
what
has said a favourite
is
song.
death?
Country
That's
Road.
my question.
Oh my god. Let's
No,
definitely
so
not.
for
definitely
me,
not get
I've
into
got different songs that I think of for like
One
how
though,
I'm
that's the
feeling.
question.
How finding so
99% of the time.
one of our lockdown things that we did was we had a group of mates and we did like a Zoom call type thing. We gave ourselves a week or 2 weeks to do our own Desert Island Discs. So I was able to pick 8 songs.
8.
But even they were kind of linked to memories or moments nostalgia or the best song.
Just one song,
Favourite,
Pat.
I could
long
pick
time.
I could throw out a few songs.
No, one.
One.
There's
one
no way
song.
I could
This-
pick a song.
P13_G took the real thought and consideration in knowing what's your favorite
This is for you,
song.
P13
I think
_G.
he's called Pete. But I
Pete
could be wrong.
P13 _G.
What's
This is
your
your
favourite
answer.
song?
Pat's taking a look at Kashmir, Led Zeppelin. That's my favourite song.
Wow.
Oh, it's a brilliant song.
Oh wow, you guys have both picked a song.
Yeah, Kashmir is the best song ever written.
Ooh.
I don't know if it is, but I really like it.
Well, that's
because
the thing,
it
though.
sounds so unique.
But the question is, again, song. So is there an emphasis on lyrics?
Yeah, does it have to be
I think a song has to have lyrics.
song? Can
Otherwise
we
it's
also
music.
choose our favourite piece of music?
No,
I will
song's
say-
a song.
I will say a close second is Jimi Hendrix and Little Wing.
Yeah.
But I'm really...
I'd
I
say
think it's Kashmir.
I'd say a song that comes to mind that's in the mix for me personally is a song called July by an Irish guy called Mundy, who's phenomenally well known in Ireland and somehow isn't very well known over here. But his song July is fantastic song, encompassing the feelings of summertime, funnily enough, and but lyrically brilliant, enjoyable. But then for me, close seconds, if I think about growing up, and Diesel Power by The Prodigy. It's one of those I put on when I need a bit of a lift. What else is there?
Well, you only even need one.
Well,
but
put a few else
they're
out
good.
there.
Right, I think
Well,
that's close
thank
to
you
an
for your
answer.
question, P13 _G.
Right, Ginger Jacob.
Or Jakob.
Jacob
Yeah.
could be, or it could be
Most likely
Ginger
Jakob.
Jacob.
Well, I don't know if I'm...
Ginger J-Cube. Ginger J-Cube.
Sorry, what was that first word?
What's your favourite band other than yours? Okay, so different song. We had favourite song, favourite band.
Favorite band.
So should we do like a few of the old time, like
One
all
favourite,
time?
all, it's gotta be all
One
favourite
favourite
band. I like
band.
that they said other than yours. As-
That would be a cop-out answer. If we were like,
Yeah,
yeah,
well,
Octrain's
we're
my
not.
favourite band.
We all break out the tattoos.
we are not.
Octrain.
I don't think that's very...
I enjoy our music, but we are not my favourite band.
Yeah, sorry, John. And
Yeah.
you're not my
Yeah.
favourite band.
No.
I enjoy listening to us though. I don't mind it.
Well, it's easy for you. You're not the one singing. It's horrible.
Well-
No one likes listening to themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, editing
Well,
this
some
podcast.
people. Oh yeah, no, it's not nice.
Favorite band. Wow.
Especially when I have to watch myself now go. Oh yeah, like just then.
Well, John,
reverse myself.
do you have an answer prepared
What
for your favourite band all time?
Led Zeppelin.
Oh, it's great. Great answer.
Yeah, probably are the best band of all time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Arguably the Beatles are, but they're not my favourite. My favourite Led Zeppelin.
It's hard. Yeah, Led Zeppelin's hard to beat.
oh, man, there's so many great
Or again,
bands.
Jimi Hendrix Experience, very close second.
Rolling Stones.
Stones are great.
But only one.
think-
Favourite?
If I had to narrow it down to just
Gun
one
to your
band,
head. Gun to your head.
one band who I never really get tired of listening to, it's got to be Black Sabbath for me.
Yeah.
That's a good
I'd
choice.
have to probably whittle it down to Radiohead.
That's a good
Oh
choice.
man, yeah,
Radiohead is
Radiohead.
another good choice.
They've got range.
Great band.
They've actually got range as
Great
well.
band, amazing lyrics, amazing
Yeah.
music.
No album sounds the same.
Yeah, great. I mean, none of them are wildly chirpy, but they do have the odd upbeat one.
There's a couple.
But there's not, who cares? I don't like upbeat music.
I've actually,
that's why we're not my favourite band.
I actually play in a brass band with a woman who went to uni with, now I can't remember the name of the lead singer. from
Tom
Radiohead.
York.
Tom York went to uni with Tom
Yeah.
York,
Cambridge,
and she
isn't he?
has
His babies.
no.
I think he's from Cambridge.
I don't know if that's the uni he went to. I have no reason to disbelieve you.
I don't know.
She has a
By the
cassette
researcher.
recording of Tom York that he mixed himself before he was in Radiohead.
That's very
Yeah.
cool.
I mean,
So Radiohead, Led Zeppelin,
Black Sabbath.
That's
Yeah.
that's a good car drive.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you for your question.
Thank you, Ginger Jacob.
Or Jakob.
Or Jakob or Ginga Jakob. Right. Josh is back has asked, how much money did your guitar cost?
Mine didn't cost much at all.
Yeah?
How much did yours cost, Greg?
Greg's didn't cost me anything. I gave it to him. Guitar.
Oh, my guitar? Yeah, that didn't cost me a thing.
Well-
I have a PRS.
I mean, these cost a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Carlos Santana
I think
copy,
the
I think,
guitar,
isn't it?
the guitar that Josh is referring to is my Stonewolf Ikara, which is a custom-made guitar by Stonewolf Guitars. and it's my absolute pride and joy. I love it, and I play it about 7 hours a day, every day, and I think I always will.
Tell us
And
about its features.
I don't think I need to go through all the features, but I will do a
Give us
video.
top 3.
The way it sounds, the way it looks, the way it feels.
Ooh,
It's just
there's a song there.
it's just the perfect guitar. I absolutely love it. Perfect for me. But how much
I
did it
mean-
cost? So you can buy it. Mike makes the Akara. It's one of his models. Mine's like a slight tweak on it because I've got the 1010 10th fret because I got it for my 10th anniversary of my music school, which was called JT Guitar then, but it's now the JT School of Contemporary Music. But basically, it's a £3,500 guitar. But I paid less for it because Mike likes my YouTube channel, and he's a really good friend, and he agreed. He offered.
He's a great guy.
To make it. He's amazing. I love Mike. He agreed, or not even agreed. He offered to make it for material cost. So it cost me.
I would say don't give that away.
Okay.
Yeah.
He made it for me material cost, so
Yeah.
significantly less than $3,500. But if you were to buy one, it would cost you $3,500 all day long. If anyone else was to buy one, it would cost $3,500.
Unless you're really, really famous.
Yeah.
And in which case it'd be good advertising for Mike.
Yeah, if you're astonishingly famous, definitely check out Stonewolf Guitars.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, Robbie
Or
Miller,
Filthy Stinking Rich.
or Robbie Muller, as the name says here, has asked, have examples of previous iconic rock band brotherhoods, for example, AC/DC and The Darkness, have they inspired this band as in our band? Have you? I didn't consider that at all.
This is a band of convenience more than anything else. I mean, obviously we love playing together, but we didn't intend on becoming a band.
Maybe for you.
No, it's not even that. We didn't intend on becoming a band. It just sort of happened.
I fully intended.
Oh, all right.
It-
He's playing 4D chess over here.
It was quite funny because we probably we first jammed and played together a little bit, and we were all probably. I mean, I was thinking, oh, it'd be amazing if we could be a band.
Oh, yeah.
But and I was like, do I say which?
Oh,
do I drop
too-
it in?
too
Do
afraid
I
to
say
say
it?
it.
Do I
Well, that's
mention it? You know.
You're like 8 years older than John and 16 years older than me, and you're
Yeah.
scared to ask.
Not scared. Scared's the wrong the
I
word.
know what
but
you
it's
mean,
like
though. It was like, when something's too good to be true, it usually is.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it's the
is it-
classic. You know, you hold out. You don't. No one says I love you first, right? In
Yeah.
the relationship.
I have done
Jesus.
before.
Oh.
tricky subject.
Yeah.
But no, all right. Well, firstly, I would say I've always really wanted to be in a family band, and I've been waiting for Greg to be old enough to be in a band with for a long time, because like Greg just said, 8-year age difference between Greg and I. So when I was 18 and playing gigs with my old band Ninja Goldfish, Greg was 10. So and then when Greg was 18, he went to uni. So I've been waiting for Greg to finish uni. He's now like 24, 23, and we started as a band. So. Yes, I've
And now we
I've
don't
been-
even live very close together.
No,
so
we
it's
moved
not-
further away.
Yeah.
But no, I've always wanted to be in band with Greg, and it's great having Pat as our cousin on the drums. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's who can you rely on? Musicians are kind of inherently unreliable,
Yep.
but you know, if you can offset that with the family part, and you get on,
Oh, it's great blackmail
we
as a
get-
tool, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
we get on really, really, really well, and that makes
so
it much
easy.
easier. It makes it much easier, and we don't really put too much pressure on it.
Yeah. And
It's,
there-
no
You
one
can't
feels
force it.
forced to be
there's
here.
definitely there's enough. There's a lot from obviously a heritage, genes, DNA. I was like, which one, both one. But the in terms of our similarities of our sense of humour.
Oh, yeah.
But at the
Yeah,
same time, I think musically, there's an element of
it's
we
easy.
like similar things,
And
Yeah,
even though
definitely.
there's across generations.
Yeah, yeah.
Things just kind of fit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so
Just
that doesn't
gels
answer the question
easily.
at all. But
No.
we're not inspired by other family bands, but I do
Not
get
to say we don't
why-
like them.
No, yeah.
Huge
but I
fan.
do-
My favourite Christmas song is by The Darkness.
Yeah, but I do. Yeah, I think we appreciate that. It's good being in a family band, and we see where other families have done it.
I guess Oasis were the biggest band as I was sort of discovering music, but then was I just going to start a band of one of my brothers? No.
No.
Well, I'm the only one that really plays music.
One of your
brother's
wives, yeah.
Well,
She's
yeah.
an excellent
incredibly
musician.
musical.
Yeah, she's
You can be in a
she's
drum and
very
piano
keen to
band.
get involved. In
bring her
some
on.
point.
Yeah, we'll have to get her
Yeah.
involved. Right. So next question. So sorry, Rob. No, we're not inspired by any other family bands, but thank you for asking. Appreciate you. Oh, actually, check out Rob's got a really good YouTube channel called Can't Afford to Record, where he delves into music production, and it's really, really good. Really big fan of that. Right, Bella from TikTok has asked, do you have any tips for creating riffs? And actually, I do, but I think I will do a separate video just on how I write riffs.
I'd say singing in the shower is a good way to start.
I've definitely never
just sing out loud and see what happens.
Yeah. I do not. No tips from me.
I think Bella was specifically asking about guitar riffs.
Yeah, I mean, a riff's a riff, right? But obviously, but if you're fiddling on a guitar, that's something I've never experienced.
Well,
but I walk around making guitar noises sometimes.
Oh, you've sent us the recordings.
Yeah,
yeah, definitely.
He has. Yeah. The way I do it is if I've got no idea, because like sometimes something just comes, you're playing something and then you play something else by accident, it sounds good. But if you have nothing, if you have no inspiration at all, what I do is I go onto Google and I type in dice roller, and then it comes. I set up 2 dice. I have a 12-sided dice and a 6-sided dice. Then I do the roll, and then the 12-sided dice tells you the fret. The 6-sided dice tells you the string, and it might say 6th string, 10th fret. And I roll it 4 times until I got 4 notes, and then I don't have to stick to them, but I start with those and I see if I can make them sound interesting. And that's how I wrote the riff for Ardnarishvara.
Oh, okay.
The dum dum ba da ba 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 da da dum. I had dum ba da da.
Yeah.
And I went dum dum ba da 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 ba da da dum bum bum. And then I was like, oh, this would move quite well. And that was it. So that was from rolling dice. So thank you, Bella. I hope that helps. I will make a video actually showing how to do that, I think, so that could help a lot of people. Next question is from Monaco DNB. Thank you very much. That's actually Katine, friend Katine.
So 3 parts.
Do you want to read these out, Pat? So I'm not the only one doing it. This is 3 parts.
How long have you guys been doing music together?
Together.
About a year.
Ooh, that's not the origin story.
Ooh. Yeah, how long?
So Octrain, about a year. And of course we started jamming together just before lockdown.
But it was we just did a single jam, wasn't it?
One jam.
There might have been a second jam, I can't remember. I think
you're right, I think it might have been 2 jams.
There was a November one that was end of 2019 before I think maybe early started conceiving.
Oh, that might just have been a jam. That wasn't even with any intent, was it?
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember
think we
that now.
enjoyed it, and it made me think it'd be fun to play together.
Yeah, and then we had the event coming up. Was it your anniversary?
It was my 10th wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
It was meant to be a surprise party that never happened because of the pandemic. Which was unfortunate, but it got us together and we enjoyed playing music and started jamming in offers, right?
So I guess the answer is, whilst we had 1 or 2 practices before the pandemic, we didn't really start till after it. So we've really been Octrain for about a year.
Yeah, about a year.
About a year at this point.
Bonus part to that question. We've been Octrain. What's Octrain? What's an Octrain, John?
Yeah, bonus part.
An Octrain is 8 lines of music.
Yeah.
8 bars they're laughing at me because in the pilot I said 4. But obviously it's 8 and I meant 8. But yeah, it's 8 lines or 8 bars of music.
Fantastic. Would you like me to read the second part?
No, but go for it.
Have you been in other bands before?
Yes.
Start with John.
Yeah, I was in a band from when I was like 11 until I was about 20 or 21 called Ninja Goldfish. Yeah. I haven't got a poster in here.
There used to be a poster.
I have got one, I think it's in that cupboard.
Okay.
But you, Greg?
Yeah, I've played in a few different bands. A couple of rock bands in school that never really did anything, but I've played in several brass bands on tuba and trombone, and currently in a marching band, also between tuba and trombone.
And the school rock bands, were you always on bass, or did you do?
Yeah, I was always on bass. Always on bass.
Nice.
If you can't tell from playing tuba and bass, I really am the bassline junkie. Love it.
You got an ear. Greg's got an ear for bass that I don't really have.
Awesome.
But you packed.
Yeah, so I mean, I played in a lot of school bands. At school, played in like swing bands, orchestral bands. Also played in a samba band for 7-8 years. That sort of started at school, and then we enjoyed it so much we actually went back and played in the band, and we were very lucky to play Royal Albert Hall, Royal Festival Hall, Notting Hill Carnival.
Oh, nice.
And as discussed on the pilot, there was something nice about being in a band with just 20, 25 other drummers.
You did.
That was a lot of fun.
We did discuss that.
I remember. What was your little punchline there, John?
That we can't use.
Oh, I think we
going at it.
something like that.
Yeah.
25 drums
And
in a
then
room going at it.
and these days I play every other Sunday at my local church.
Yeah, great.
And thoroughly enjoy that, and surrounded by lots of great musicians. So again, if there's anyone looking to play music locally, check out your church, because they're probably always looking for musicians.
Cool. Right. Third question from Minako DMB is, when's your next gig? Glad you asked.
Yeah.
7th of July at a place called The Workshop in Shoreditch, or near Old Street.
Yeah.
7th of July, and actually it's our first headlining show.
Yeah, we're headlining. Come down.
Headlining, it's quite exciting.
That should be a lot of fun.
If you're in London town, come on down.
Yeah.
If not, just
So thanks for those
Don't.
questions.
If
Thanks for
not,
that, Minako. Now we've got Olivia.lvt. I think that's Olivia Luxury Vinyl Tiles.
Yes.
What's your favourite fictional band? Pat, do you have I think by fictional band, she means...
A band in a work of fiction.
Yeah,
in
band
media.
in a work of fiction, yeah. So I think Gorillaz doesn't count, because they are a real band made of fictional characters.
Correct.
Yeah, like Ghost wouldn't count either.
Yeah. So-
the band I thought of is the band that's in several comedy movies with Adam Sandler, and so they're in The Wedding Crashers, they're in The Wedding Singer.
But are they a
they're
band
in-
outside of the films?
No, they're also
really?
in
Okay.
one of the Hangover movies. They're like a wedding function band. They're in Old School.
No, I've not seen
They
any
do
of these
covers,
films.
and they add some swear words into the covers as
I
part
think
of their.
I've seen...
They're very good.
Are they
never seen
in
it.
Starsky and Hutch as well?
I think they are. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I know who you mean.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
they are good.
Like this band connects several different
yeah.
media things.
They're
There's probably one producer that connects them.
Yeah.
maybe.
I wish
Wow.
we knew the name. We have to mention them in the next podcast once we do.
Absolutely, we'll look at that. There'll be some podcast homework.
Yeah. How about you, Joggy? Think any fictional bands?
Fictional bands. I don't know. It's a weird question, isn't it? Like,
There'll be some podcast ASMR going on there.
sorry for the listeners who aren't watching. I mean, sorry, if people are watching, it's probably worse. Double whammy. Looks horrible. Sounds horrible.
Octrain.
Yeah, that's the ident.
Yeah, it's our modus operandi.
Yeah. No, fictional. You got any favorite fictional
Yeah,
bands?
I think so.
Band?
Yeah, in a band camp.
Yeah.
I think that's great. That's what's it? Winner takes all. But I think a more serious answer would be Sex Bomb from. I can't remember what it's called now. Something.
Scott Pilgrim versus
Scott Pilgrim
the World. Yeah,
versus
yeah,
the World.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
They play some cool music, to be honest.
I guess the band in the School of Rock, the Kids,
Oh yeah, great.
fictional band.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they could really play, or they did really play some
No, they
shows.
did. No.
If they did, they're no longer
they
a
did some
fictional
shows.
band.
Certainly, Jack
Wow.
Black.
Spinal
is a-
Tap would have been my favourite fictional band,
yeah.
but
Spinal
they
Tap.
really do tour. So
Yeah,
Wait, really?
Spinal
yeah,
Tap.
they
That's-
really
that's,
play. They actually play shows. So
that's
They're
Chuck-
still a fictional band.
That's Chuck McGill from Better Call Saul.
which one is he?
He's the lead singer in.
No, he's not.
He is.
No.
Look it up.
So that's the
No,
brother.
he's not.
Yeah, the brother. In,
Yeah, you're right. He is. Yeah.
yeah, he is. Honestly, I
Okay,
know.
I'll take your word for it. I don't.
Yeah.
I think you're mistaken.
I'll take you over it.
But
Chuck McGill.
okay, I think it answers it. That's
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good,
For
good
fictional
one.
bands.
Yeah.
Right, and then Jack11 Foster says, "What's the easiest way to learn to solo on guitar?" Pat, do you want to answer that one?
Plug it in and just strum away.
I think that's
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
it.
How does the strap go on?
I was just thinking, should we have saved some of these questions for future podcasts, or are we going to run out of questions?
We'll get more questions.
Well,
More
actually, that's a good point. If you're watching this, please ask us questions in the comments
please.
section below, and then we'll watch that back and go through those comments for the next one. So ask away.
What a fun way to write
I should answer
or
it.
practice. Is it? It's to learn a solo. Okay, I'm thinking of a fun way to write a guitar solo.
Not to learn a solo, is to learn two solo.
Or to learn two solo on guitar. Yeah. Take the melody of the song and practice it on your guitar. Because that teaches you that phrasing.
I would argue that nothing is easy or hard to learn on guitar, but some things are more time consuming than others. So I don't think there's an easy way, or the only way to look at it as easy is to say it's going to take a long time. And it's just to practice little and often and build up and just
Start
don't
slow.
put any pressure on yourself and just
enjoy experimenting, I guess, and see
don't
what
think in
feels
days or weeks, thinking like months and years, and then you'll sort of realise that achievement. But just play all the time. You play little and often whenever you can is my sort of best
But
tip
just
for that.
don't take the guitar off when you're walking around.
Or go to the JT School of Temporary Music for guitar lessons.
But a good question though, particularly because it links in with our music.
Other lessons.
Thank you, Jack. 11 Foster. We've only got one question left.
One question remaining from Not So Oasis.
Says, do you want to read it, Greg?
Yeah. Who in the band takes the longest to set up at a gig? Well, I think John and I are very lucky that we only really have to take two things onto the stage. I've got my pedal board and I've got my bass. John's got his pedal board, and he has three things. He's got his pedal board, his microphone, and his guitar.
Greg and I probably literally take 20 seconds to 1 minute to set up.
Let's say 5 minutes, and I easily take 10 to 15.
Yeah,
but that's
so
not
much going
entirely. Normally, it's because when we're playing, there's a band coming off. And the band going on, the drummer normally takes a while getting packed down. And Greg and I normally set up before the previous drummer is packed down.
And
and there's a lot more.
You do meet other tour drummers, but not so often on a gig. And so there's just so many little adjustments that I find I have to make to feel comfortable and ready to play.
You're going to struggle at the workshop. I've had a look at the size of the venue. It's a very small stage, and you're wedged right in the corner.
Yeah. Well, do you remember our first gig?
Underneath the air conditioner.
Randomly, that took very little to set up because I looked down and it wasn't even a drum stool. It was just an old wooden chair,
stool.
And it was tiny.
Underneath,
and my knees were coming up here.
Yeah,
I thought this is going to be really uncomfortable, and actually, it just worked.
You had your elbows against the wall. I remember that much.
Yeah.
And honestly, the evaporator was here. It was great.
I remember I got my pedal board on the stage, and I stood and I had the microphone in place, and I stood there and I was like, I might move a bit to the left, and I went to lift my foot up, and it didn't. It was stuck. And I was like, well, I guess this is where I'm staying for the remainder, because I was going to lose my shoe.
That's why you wear boots.
That was a sticky
boots for a gig.
Sticky gig.
A sticky
gig. So thank you, Not So Oasis. That's much appreciated. So Pat takes the longest.
I do, yeah.
Long way.
The next thing I had on our agenda was to talk about upcoming shows, or to say, but we've already said.
Just the one currently booked in.
Already asked us. Yeah. So 7th of July in Old Street. If you look us up on TikTok and Instagram, look up Octrain or Octrain Band, you can find all our shows that are coming up, which at the moment is one. But,
just the one show.
But yeah, we're trying to do. We did kind of too many gigs maybe in the last 6 months or so, and I think we're going to go for quality over quantity. So this is going to be a really good gig.
Yeah, and I think we're looking forward to recording.
Yeah.
So that if you make the effort to see us at a gig or follow us online, and you would like to listen to our music more easily on Spotify, Apple, and whatnot, that you've got some good recordings. So that's going to be our focus, right?
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, this year our main goal is to build a bit of an audience. So thank you so much for everyone who has followed us so far and is showing your support. We really, really appreciate it. We're not signed; we are completely independent. So any sort of little likes, comments, feedback, and follows really are
means a lot to us.
Yeah, we really appreciate it and really need it. Quite frankly,
it's big.
Yeah, it means a lot to us. And this year's goal is to play a couple of gigs, sort of select a few, make them as good as possible, make sure we're really over-prepared for them. And then also we're going to be recording an album this summer.
Yeah.
To release
and I think that's our main
year.
priority.
100%.
We need to get recording, because we've got these little live recordings we've put out. But quite pleased with some of them. What's tricky about a live recording is I am the only, playing guitar and singing. And it does restrict a tiny bit. There's I think the record will be head and shoulders above the some of the live recordings we've got so far. But
I think even if we're not gigging, we're rehearsing more, because I think we've got room to rehearse more, right? Because we go sometimes weeks about rehearsing, and that will really impact on our live performances. So we can rehearse more, really lock in.
Yeah,
everything
absolutely.
That we do.
The process of recording as well will really refine the song.
Yeah, I agree. But
yeah.
I think that's
Onwards and
done.
upwards.
On that note, I think we need to go and practice.
Yeah, this is meant to be a rehearsal.
What's the time right now?
36
It's
minutes.
getting near to 11. Yeah.
Okay,
Really?
it's 11 o'clock on a Wednesday night.
Yeah. And
We
we're
do this
gonna-
because we love it.
Wednesday night.
And we're going to rehearse.
That's what the word amateur means.
Yep, for the love of it.
Yeah.
You managed to squeeze in quite a lot of Latin tonight.
Did I?
Yeah.
And I didn't say all aboard the Octrain even once.
Well, we could. Should we?
Is that how we sign off?
Should we sign off with
We
our,
can't
like,
really-
our little barbershop that we did in the pilot?
Yeah, hang on. No, we could go for all aboard the Octrain and do
Oh
a...
yeah. That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
but then all aboard the Octrain should be the beginning.
I don't know. I thought it'd be a different note.
No, I think Pats will be.
Yeah, that would be higher.
But you can't say
I think
all
it's
aboard the
something
Octrain.
Well, hang on. Let's see if we
I
can
guess
get
it's the
a
train. We're
chord.
leaving, right? Leaving on the train.
Yeah.
Come on,
This
Pat.
is so bad. This is so cheesy.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be the only time. I was trying. I knew it was going to come.
That was terrible.
Hello.
You got to blow over it.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Oh, hang
That was
on.
it. That was more. That was the
gotta
most train-like.
You have to put your lip up against the bottom and then blow over it.
This is
That's it.
Kino. This is Kino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be a riff.
Octrain.
Octrain. Thanks so much for watching. And I'm terribly sorry.
Yeah, I think we'll be asking other podcasts, how do you finish a podcast?
And what
Like
people
this.
don't realise